Good evening. I now call to order the Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, 6 p.m. School Board meeting. Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the red cross we watched where so gallantly streaming. Then the rocket's red
Please be seated. Okay, so we'll begin with roll call.
Lauren Ramirez, present, District 5.
Derek Barr is present.
Christy Chong.
Will Furry present.
LaShakia.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Superintendent Strategic Plan Spotlight.
Hello and good evening. I want to just take a moment to remind our families that we have happening right now. Of course, our new student registration. Please go to flaglerschools.com for new student registration. We also have our annual enrollment, which is open. I know some families are saying there's still a lot of summer left, right? And so for us to be talking about the new school year, but the annual, you can go ahead and fill out the documents for your annual registration, as well as begin signing up for appointments for device collection. All of that information can be found on our website, flaglerschools.com. We hope all of our students, as well as our employees that are home for the summer, are having a safe and enjoyable summer. And we are excited to begin to welcome individuals back into the new school year. We hope that you guys are having a great summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Moore. That moves us on to the Flagler County Ed Foundation Spotlight, Ms. Teresa Rizzo.
Good evening, board members and Superintendent Moore. Thank you again, as always, for the opportunity to share updates that are of the work of the Flagler County Education Foundation, especially through these summer months. While many think that summer is our slow time, it's actually one of our fullest seasons. We're filled with planning and preparation and impactful programming. I'd first like to spotlight our Stuff the Bus drive, which is rolling along in our community. The Stuff Bus is on the move, making stops throughout the community to collect essential school supplies for students and teachers. You can actually see there on the slide some dates and locations. The calendar is filling up. I think it's somewhere just about every week. So we're so excited about that. We will be doing a volunteer stuffing backpack day. So we're always looking for volunteers for that. That's going to happen on July 23rd. We'll be preparing about 2,000 starter backpacks for the distribution at our back to school jam. So if anybody is interested in that, please reach out to us. Also, in this summer season, as the school board and school staff is doing, we are doing lots of strategic planning. We have done some program analysis through a matrix mapping, internal strategic planning, but we are prepping for the big day. That's actually a picture of our board there on July 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our board will be strategic planning to refresh our goals and our outcomes, ready to launch a strong 25-26 school year. And last but certainly not least is our Great Minds Summer Camp that is happening at Carver Gym. This picture was actually taken last week. This program just absolutely touches our hearts. It is a free summer camp that we provide for students at Carver Gym. And last week we were able to take them to Flagler Beach, where they visited about 5 of the turtles in our community, the FC3 Turtle Project turtles. They get to hear from the artists. They get to hear from the Arts Council about why the turtle is there, why it was chosen, the history behind it. So they're really learning art appreciation and a lot about our community. Tomorrow, Great Minds will be at the Flagler Auditorium, the Fitz, to see a performance there. So to be able to expose these students to arts and culture in our community is just so important to us, and we couldn't do it without the generosity of our donors. So we're just so grateful for them helping us to make that happen. And please stay connected with us. The QR code takes you to our website, but also on our social media to get the latest news and updates happening this summer. We would like to extend our thoughts and prayers to many of our Flagler Schools graduates who are serving our country in the Middle East. And we thank you again for the opportunity to share and wish everybody a very happy and safe 4th of July. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rizzo. All right, so that moves us on to 4.01 and 4.02. We have, these are our minutes, and I'd entertain a motion to approve 4.01 through 4.02.
Move approval.
I have an approval from Ms. Chong, a motion by Ms. Chong. Second by Ms. Ramirez. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Superintendent Moore, is there any changes to tonight's agenda?
No changes to the agenda, but I do want to bring you as well as the public up to some changes that were made throughout from the agenda meeting to this current meeting. We did pull the Imagine Charter School financials. There was some information that was lagging and a question from a board member. That information was not yet received, so we did pull that, and that will come forward at the next month's meeting. We did also pull an agreement with University of Central Florida. That information came back late from their attorneys and did not give us enough time for our attorneys to look over that again. So that was pulled as well. And we've already discussed the high demand teacher needs and the school choice policy that was that is on this agenda. And those are the only differences. We do not have any other changes to the agenda.
Okay, thank you, Superintendent Moore. I'd like a motion to move forward with tonight's agenda.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion by Mr. Bars,
Second.
second by Ms. Chong. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. We will move forward with this agenda. We will now open up to public comment. This would be for public comment about any agenda item that is on the agenda for tonight.
There is no public comment.
Okay, so we will close public comment and move on with the meeting. So this brings us to the consent portion of our meeting tonight. We will be moving through this section quite swiftly. I just want to ensure the public that we workshop all of these items extensively at a workshop prior to tonight's meeting. And so we will begin. And so I'd entertain a motion to approve 7.01 through 7.06.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong,
Second.
second by Mr. Bars. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll move on to academic services. I'd entertain a motion to approve 9.01 through 9.05.
Move approval.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong,
Second.
second by Ms. Ramirez. If there's no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. We will move on to operational services, 10.01. I entertain a motion to approve this agenda item.
Move approval.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong,
Second.
second by Ms. Ramirez. Is there any discussion?
I just want to thank Ms. Davina for her work on that she does. She has just been on top of things when she started work for us here recently, and I just want to recognize her as she's dove into this and really has done a great job for us. So thank you very much.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. We'll move on to human resource consent. I'd entertain a motion to approve 11.01 through 11.02.
Move approval.
I have a motion by Ms. Ramirez,
Second.
second by Ms. Chong. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. That moves us to our first action item. We will now go through these items individually. And the first one is permission to approve policy 716, authorizing travel expense. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Or 14, right?
I'm sorry, did I say something different? 14.01?
I thought you said 16. Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong,
Second.
second by Mr. Bars. Is there any discussion on this action item?
No, other than, we've talked about this before, but this is going to be very beneficial for our staff, and I'll thank our attorney for his work on this as well, but this will be good for our staff when they're traveling, so thank you.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. We will now move on to academic services. I'd entertain a motion to approve 16.01.
Move approval.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Ramirez,
Second.
a second by Ms. Chong. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It passes unanimously. We will now move on to 16.02, school choice policy update. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong
Second.
and a second by Mr. Bars. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. That moves us to operational services action 17.01, NEFAC agreement. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Mr. Bars
Second.
and a second by Ms. Ramirez. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. That moves us to human resource action items. 18.01, high demand teacher needs. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong,
Second.
second by Mr. Bars. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. That moves us to 18.03, the FCEA contract ratification. I entertain a motion to approve.
A motion to approve.
I have a motion by Mr. Bars,
Second.
second by Ms. Ramirez. Any discussion? All in favor?
I think it's just wise for us to, again, thank Ms. Bozeman and her team for the great work that they've done and all of personnel related to this particular issue and the time and the effort that they took. I know we've already workshopped this and talked about it on and so forth, but I want to thank her. I think I saw her here. Oh, she stepped out. But I really did a great work, and I think this particular contract for this year is leading us into the direction that we need to go with our personnel. You know, we have the opening of our clinic, which is a part of that, and a big portion of this particular contract had to do with our insurance and being able to provide something that is better for our families. So again, I just want to thank her and the entire team for what they've done.
I agree. The teams on both sides, the individuals that represent management as well as our union president and all of the individuals that are on the union side of they work so well together, and it is that good, healthy back and forth to get to a place that we can have a contract that values and appreciates our employees. And those are my sentiments for 18.03 as well as 18.04 with FESPA as well.
Thank you for your comments. So I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. That brings us to 18.04, and this is the FESPA contract ratification.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Bars.
Second.
I have a second by Ms. Chong. Any discussion?
I don't want to leave Mr. Marcus out.
Okay, yes.
And the great work
Can't
that he
forget
did
Marcus.
with our staff and the back and forths and the responses and working with the entire team. It's not easy. You know, everyone doesn't agree on everything, but we got to a point where it was agreeable, and I really appreciate the work and that you and your team have put into that as well. So thank you very much.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Okay, so that concludes our business items for tonight, and that leads us to our second public comment section, which is open to any topic.
There's no public comment.
Okay, so we'll bring that back to the board here, and we will move on with board member requests. Are there any board member requests? Hearing none, we'll move on. We have upcoming board discussion topics. Those will be updated as they are available, and that leads us to closing comments. So I'm sorry, did somebody say something? Okay, sorry. No. That leads us to closing comments. So, Ms. Ramirez, if you'd like to start.
All right. Thank you. So before I talk about a couple things, on my way home from the workshop, in between, stopped home, and then with intentions coming back, driving, sidewalk next to a school, kid on the ground from his bike, strangers are helping. I always pull over to stop. It was my son, complete strangers helping him, and I just want to say, Flagler County, he's okay. He was wearing a helmet, so all the kids are riding bikes now, whether it's an e-bike, a regular bike, but helmets, a lot of our police departments offer them free, so, look into that. He needs a new one. It cracked. It was that bad, and the problem was the road, and it wasn't there before. Something happened. I reached out to city council right away. They're working on it. So when you have an issue, just talk to people to get connections made. The stranger that was helping my son, she took her shirt to get all the blood. People in Flagler County are amazing. So just, look out for these kids. They're just trying to have fun and be kids, and, let everyone to know, wear your helmet. It will save your life, all right? So just that's what I was dealing with in between, so I was a little sweaty. But thank you, though, to, our city for acting fast. And I just want to let everyone know I'm very proud of our county for many reasons, but our safety and health, that's very important. And Matanzas and FPC, they'll be having another free ECG physical exam event. So we have July 8th and July 10th. They already have students registering, so I know it's a lot of work for everybody, the campuses, the athletic directors, the volunteers, but they're making it happen. So if you're someone that didn't get that by chance, make sure you reach out, you register, and you'll get that done. So really proud of them for working on that again. And thanks to the community, I know a lot of people had a lot of, they were scared about the IB and ACE, the funding being taken away from us, but a lot of people in this community, whether they were parents or not parents, they did reach out to our state representatives, and it worked. So the funding, we're getting the full funding, so it's because of everyone for listening and, taking action. So this is really important for all of us to just make sure we continue to do that, because we have the AP, the IB, the ACE, the CAPE, dual enrollment funding, so that's great for our kids, and fully funded, and it will be in its own category. So I was at Florida School Board Association in Tampa, learned a lot, and they did put it in its own category, so that will help track to see, how much is really going to it. And we know it's a lot, but when you do the math, it does save a lot of money, so it's not meant for everybody, but I thought that was really nice. It will be in its own category, so hopefully that is helpful, and they'll be able to track it more closely. But it was because of, the community. You guys made the difference, and I hope everyone has a great summer. Take advantage of our beach. We're lucky we have great lifeguards. You can go set up shop via lifeguard station and enjoy the sun, wear your sunscreen and your helmets. But thank you so much, everybody, and have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I first want to thank, and I may take this away from Mrs. Moore, but that's all right. Dr. Holliday, if you would stand up for just a moment. Facebook's a wonderful thing. So Dr. Kim Halliday, for being named the Rookie Special Education Administrator of the Year by the Florida Council of Administrators of Special Education. So I want to thank you very much for all that you do for our district. What a special recognition for you. I was kind of shocked when it said rookie, though. But thank you for all that you do for our district, as I said, and in that field. Your work does not go unnoticed, and your team is valued by so many of us. Excuse me. I want to just thank a couple of. We all get a lot of calls. We get a lot of emails and things of that nature. But I want to thank the opportunity to be able to sit down one-on-one with parents and understanding where the needs are in our community. And I really appreciate the opportunity to better understand kind of where we are as a district and how we can become better. So thank you for opening those doors to be able to do that, so we can be better as a district and continue to move our school district forward. So thank you again, and you know who you are. And then the action that I think that our district takes when we do receive messages from our constituents, our families, our community about things that they see. And I want to thank our superintendent and our staff for jumping on some of the issues that we have all been kind of working on recently. Sometimes we don't want to miss these things, but they happen. And I just really appreciate the work that you and your staff have done to make these corrections, to try to move things forward as we are transparent about where we are and all that we do here. So again, thank you for that. And I'll be quick and yield my time back.
All right. So tonight, one of the things we voted on was school choice, and just a few comments on that, because I had a parent asked, well, why did you vote for that? And, that's one of the things I ran on was parental choice. Taking into consideration expanding that policy, I voted for it because I'm a parent. And there was a time I needed that when we had moved and we needed to, we could have had to make the changes or, but thankfully because of school choice, my oldest could finish out his elementary years at one school and not have to change. And, as the vouchers become more available, we want people to have choices so that they don't have to go to other places. We hope that this will give parents more of an option. So just thank you to our superintendent and staff for working on that. And yeah, if we have problems, we'll work on it. I hope everybody's having a good summer. I know we all have to work, but hope you're getting a chance to take some time off and just spend it with your family here and there and enjoy the warm weather. All right, have a great night.
Yes, I just want to echo many of the comments that were said here tonight. And Ms. Ramirez, I'm glad that your son's doing okay after that. I'm sure that was a pretty traumatic moment for you as a mother. Can only imagine. But I just wanted to expand on that because that's not the first incident that I've heard about something like this happening within the last few months. And helmet in both cases prevented some serious injury in the other instance that I heard about as well. So I encourage parents to get a helmet and encourage that your children wear it if they have it, because it can be the difference between life and death in either minor or major bike accident. So thanks for sharing that story tonight, Ms. Ramirez. And I just do want to thank our staff that, as many had mentioned here, we have some amazing people that work in this organization to keep it going. And from bargaining to, our ESC department, Dr. Holliday, congratulations on that recognition. But we have amazing people, and there's going to be now opportunities for others to rise up within our organization as our outgoing principals leave. And I know that Superintendent Moore will identify some amazing people to do that. So with that, I will yield my time.
Good evening again. I want to first start off by saying thank you to our families, our students, our community, our staff for a great 24-25 school year. This is our final board meeting of the 24-25 school year. A lot of things to improve on, but so many different things to celebrate. And I just want to say thank you. I also want to say to our families as well as to our employees, our community, that we are available. And I encourage you to reach out to us if you have questions, if you have concerns. We do all respond back. Some of us are a little bit more timely than others. I sometimes can get behind and it'll be, 2 days or so before I respond, but we do respond back. And we want to know your thoughts and your ideas of how we can continue to make Flagler Schools an amazing and premier organization. So I just want to continue to remind individuals of that. Over the next week, we will begin to receive our information from the Assessment and Accountability Office around academic performance. I am eagerly waiting for those results to come out. I am so very proud of the hard work that our schools, our students, our employees, our families have put forth. And just looking at some of the tentative data, I am just so proud of the work that we're doing across our districts, across our district and for all students is what it's really about. It's ensuring that all of our students are receiving a great education and that they're going to graduate with the skills necessary to reach their maximum potential. Tonight, we were able to bring forward a few assistant principals that will be stepping up, most of which are individuals who are already employees of this organization. But I want to take a moment to recognize someone in the audience that will serve as the next principal of Matanzas High School. We have Mr. Mike Rinaldi in the audience tonight. Come forward and get your first picture, Mike. And Miss Katie Hansen will serve as the next principal of Buddy Taylor Middle School. She is in Hawaii, so she is enjoying her vacation, but she is going to come forward and do some great things as well. I am super proud of Mr. Rinaldi and Miss Hansen. It is always great when we can bring individuals into the organization, but it is a great day when we can promote individuals who have faithfully served within the organization, and we can promote within the organization, and that's what they represent. Years of hard work, both 20 plus years as an educator, serving in different capacities within our organization. And I just want to say to them, I'm super proud of you guys, and I know that you are going to do great things in order to help move Flagler forward. You're going to do great things as the new captain of the ship. Big shoes to fill, right? But great things ahead as we continue to move Flagler forward. So this is Mr. Mike Rinaldi, the next principal of Matanzas High School. And we'll get a picture. He's like, take care of him. Thank you. Thank you so much. And next month, we will bring Miss Katie Hansen to introduce her to the community as well, though she is definitely well known in the community. We are excited about what is to come in Flagler schools. Great things ahead as we move Flagler forward. I hope you guys have a great night.